your camera?
How many times did you sit around with your friends and say, hey, have you heard the earth is warming up? Chances are, probably not. Well, hopefully after you hear what I have to say, it might change your mind and you just might be talking about it. So what is global warming? Global warming is a term used to describe the gradual increase in the overall temperature of the Earth's atmosphere, generally attributed to the greenhouse effect, caused by increased levels of carbon dioxide, chlorofluorocarbons, and other pollutants. Well, how hot is the Earth getting? Over the last century, the average annual temperature has increased about 1.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Here's actually a chart from NASA showing that, and there is evidence that it is warming up every year. Now, some critics might say, oh, it's just global warming, and the Earth has changed climates many times in history. While that may be true, when you compare it to the Ice Age or the time of the dinosaurs, it hasn't changed so drastically in such a short period of time. We can't possibly compare climate change today to 50,000 years ago or 65 million years ago. Cavemen did not burn fossil fuels daily and didn't heat the atmosphere up like we are doing today. So what happens when the Earth warms up? Well, the polar ice caps melt. Parts of Greenland and the tundras of Alaska are dwindling away. According to the National Geographic magazine's October 2013 issue, Glacier National Park has 25 active glaciers. That may sound impressive, but just a century ago it had 150. During the peak of Hurricane Sandy that hit most of the eastern United States in 2012, sea levels rose about 14 feet in some areas of New York. It caused massive damage, and it was the second costliest hurricane in U.S. history. As the world warms, it may see more storms, like Sandy. The seas will certainly get higher. While the ice caps in the South Pole are far away from melting, if they did one day, sea levels would rise 200 feet. Not only do the sea levels rise, delicate ecosystems become in jeopardy, such as the polar bears in Alaska. Some have lost their habitats. Sea ice platforms moving further apart, and swimming conditions become more dangerous for polar bears. Many ecosystems are connected. A certain species dying off could cause a domino effect and kill off other species dependent on them for food. How it affects us locally. The climate of the Southwest is changing. According to the EPA, warming has already contributed to decreases in spring snowpack and Colorado river flows, which are an important source of water for our region. A reliable water supply is crucial for the people, agriculture, energy, and ecosystems of the Southwest. Future water scarcity will be tough to deal with because of the region's rapid population growth. Here's a chart from usconsensus.gov. This chart, although it was taken in 2011, it accurately predicted the population 2014 to 15 would be at about 7 billion people, and we are currently sitting at 7.1 billion people. And here's another shot here of the Southwest, Los Alamos, New Mexico, at the Four Corners Monument. These are pinyon pines in a photo taken 2 years apart at the same vantage point. And severe drought and dry temperatures in the Southwest cause even some drought-tolerant plants to die off. Now, here's my analogy. Although personally we can all pollute the air and not really suffer the effects immediately. Just like when we eat unhealthy foods, smoke cigarettes, or do anything that isn't healthy for our bodies. We don't think of the effects immediately, but we can all agree that it's a bad thing to be doing in the first place and can eventually hurt us in the long run. Now that global warming is real, you might ask, what can you do about it? Well, here I've made a list of 10 things we can do every day to save the environment. The last one, in my opinion, is the most important. It is to encourage others, because if we inform someone of the issues, that's one more person to do the other 9 things on the list. And here are the handouts. Thank you.